Bandit. Sonic the Hedgehog, a cultural landmark and one of the most important video game characters that exists, despite most of his games being pretty solidly disliked. Now, I'm a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, regardless of whether or not he's in a game or a TV show or a bizarrely elaborate comic. There's something about Sonic that has this weird childlike excitement to him. And nothing quite encapsulates why I love Sonic the Hedgehog so much than Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. Sonic the Hedgehog the movie is a two-part animated miniseries released originally in 1996 and then later subbed in the United States in 1999. I don't really have a lot of interesting trivia or backstory to talk about, so let's just get into it. Now, the introduction to this movie is good. And not good in the way the rest of the movie is. It's genuinely very creepy and atmospheric. In the beginning of the movie, Robotnik reveals his Metal Sonic project, which is very close to completion, but needs one last step. But Metal Sonic's gonna get pushed to the side right now as we focus on real Sonic, who's hanging out like a cool dude on the beach. It seems like a pretty common Sonic thing you'd see in any media. That is, until...
Hey, come out here, Sonic! It's okay if you don't swim, you should give it a try!
Just don't show off so much that you forget to look where you're going! What?
The voice acting in this movie is... it's something special. It's like everyone's 8 years old or just has a really bad cold, or in the case of Tails, both. And if you think their stuffiness is gonna make it so you don't understand Sonic or Tails, don't worry. They yell. Every line. The whole movie. So Sonic and Tails are hanging out. And you know how the Sonic franchise has an annoying habit of shoehorning in really obnoxious and annoying characters? Well, this movie circumvents it by creating the best original character of all time. I proudly introduce the Old Man.
Old man, those things are dangerous. Stop riding them!
What are you talking about, Mr. Sonic? I know how to handle them. I realize I'm a little older now, but back in my day I was quite the racer. Believe me, I was pretty popular with the ladies.
I don't quite know how to explain the Old Man. Like, I should hate him. He has an obnoxious voice, has no bearing on the plot, and all his humor revolves around him just being really, really stupid. But I love this guy. And it's not like the movie pretends that he's not annoying, or does that side-eye, well, he's kind of annoying, but we secretly love him thing. No, when Tails asks Sonic to help him save the Old Man, Sonic's willing to let him die in a burning, fiery blaze.
You're the one who can fly! You do something!
Huh? You're no help!
Which might not make Sonic a hero to the characters in the movie, but it makes him a hero to us. Come on, Sonic. Let them die.
Let them all die.
But no, eventually Tails' screaming gets the better of Sonic's conscience, and he saves Tails and the Old Man in a genuinely fun action sequence. This actually reminds me a lot of the opening action sequence of Sonic CD, which I think is one of the best animated Sonic segments that exists. So eventually we find out that Sonic is wanted by the President, and we're treated to another really, really good sequence when there's no talking, no goofy hijinks, just really solid animation and really, really rockin' music. Eventually Sonic makes it to the President, but oh no, it's Eggman, and he's kidnapped the President. What are we gonna do? Oh, and yeah, that guy there, that's the President. He looks like a monkey. That's his daughter. She is a monkey. Robotnik revealed that he kidnapped the President not because he wants to take over the world, but because he wants to deliver an exposition dump.
As you both well know, Planet Freedom is made up of two separate dimensions. The outer world, the one you live in, is known as the Land of the Sky.
Tell us something we don't know.
Shut up! Heed me! And the inner dimension is known as the Land of Darkness. There, I lived peacefully in a utopian city called Robotropolis. Until...
Wait, what? Wait, Freedom Planet, the Land of the Sky, the Land of Darkness? What, was Sonic too straightforward for you guys? Because, like, it's really convoluted as is. You don't need to add more stuff. Anyways, the short version of the story is that there's an evil version of Robotnik called Evil Metal Robotnik. And this bad Robotnik essentially placed a bomb in the center of the planet that's gonna blow up unless Sonic can save it. And Sonic says Robotnik is lying because of course he is, but decides to go along with it anyway. So Sonic and Tails head out to the Land of Darkness in order to stop this catastrophe, leaving Robotnik to be tortured by the President's daughter. The President's daughter, who's also named Sarah, is basically what you get when you take the worst female teenage stereotypes and put them together. She's always complaining. Everyone inexplicably loves her despite us having no real idea what her age is. And she talks like this, like a guy just put on a really bad falsetto and is trying to sound screeching and terrible. Listen to this for an hour!
No, it's not fair. You always beat me every time. No, I want to. Take me on a drive now.
Anyways, we don't have to tolerate Sarah that long before we return to Sonic and Tails, who are traveling through the Land of Darkness, which definitely is just a post-apocalyptic New York City. As I said, the lore in this movie runs deep. Eventually they run across Metal Robotnik, who looks like he's either gonna flash them or try to sell them some stolen goods. And then they fight, and the movie becomes genuinely great again. The action scenes are by far the best part of this movie. They're fast, fun, and imaginative. And it's at these scenes where the love of Sonic really shines through. Take for example a scene where Metal Robotnik shoots a bridge, causing Sonic and Tails to plunge into the depths below. The movie makes a specific point here of mentioning that Sonic is afraid of water because he can't swim. It was a fun little detail that harkened back to Sonic's underwater stages, which are always a frantic, terrifying run to get air before you drown. Or take this scene, where Robotnik shoots a sticky, tan substance out of his butt. Ew. Although they fought valiantly, at the end of the fight Sonic and Tails find themselves in deep trouble, and they seem to have no way out. But don't worry, because there's a ranger in these parts. And using his wild, flying skills and his devil-may-care attitude, this lone ranger saves Sonic and Tails from certain doom. And after defeating Metal Robotnik, this hero rides out into the sunset, but not before delivering very redundant exposition.
So are you going back to treasure hunting now?
Of course! Finding treasure is my absolute favorite pastime.
And actually Knuckles decides to go along with them anyway, so that scene really wasn't needed. Oh, also, I know that he can't actually fly, he just glides, but it's close enough. After defeating Metal Robotnik, who was revealed to be just Robotnik and Sarah piloting a ship together, Sonic and friends eventually make it to the core of the planet, where they shut off the machine. But oh no! It was a trap! Something nobody could have predicted. And while I'm making fun of the fact that this trap was so obvious that the characters pointed it out earlier in the movie, Metal Robotnik's reveal is genuinely horrifying. That gaze, that music, he has no place in this movie.
Everybody stand back! Nobody try to help me! I have to destroy this imposter.
Are you sure you don't want anyone to help you, Sonic? I think you should really reconsider that. No? Oh, okay. Oh look. You're dead.
Looks like that's it! Sonic will never again be a pain in my egg!
Excuse me, what was that line?
Sonic will never again be a pain in my egg! A pain in my egg!
Uh-huh. So after Sonic gets his egg handed to him by Metal Sonic, Knuckles and Tails decide to go back to the home base and see if any chaos has been sowed. And
Those are Sonic's favorite clothes, so don't blame me if he gets mad at you.
Don't worry about it. He was here last night. He forced me to put on these clothes and then flew away without saying anything.
after that nightmare fuel is over, we find out that Metal Sonic's plan is to destroy the glaciers at the tip of the Land of the Sky, causing it to hurtle out into space. We also find out that Sonic is alive, and because Metal Sonic copied Sonic's genetics, they can read each other's minds somehow. So Sonic and Metal fight, and again, it's a really fun action sequence, full of good music, one-liners, and accidental boob touching. And this fight ends with the President and the old man crashing right into the tip of the glacier. Not because they were being attacked, but just because they can't drive worth shit. This somehow gives Sonic an opening to defeat Metal Sonic, sacrificing the President and the old man in the process. I don't have anything to add to this line. I really like it. And now they don't actually die. Having a change of heart, Metal Sonic decides to save them before sacrificing himself, because as he says, there can only be one Sonic. And with Metal defeated and his data destroyed by Mind Turtle, there's nothing left for us to do but have our heroes run off into the sunset. I genuinely really like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Sure, the voice acting is silly and the plot is nonsensical, but paired with extremely peppy music and over-the-top animations, there's just this element of fun to it. The reason I like this movie so much is it feels like peering into the mind of a child who just took all his toys together, Sonic and non-Sonic, and decided to make a story with them. It mixes together very common tropes and has a tone that wildly changes at random. Things are done that make sense until you really think about it. The characters act really juvenile, and the plot has extremely bizarre stakes at moments. And as for Sonic itself, it has these little nitpicky things that are extremely loyal to Sonic, like the fact that he can't swim, or the fact that Knuckles can fly, kind of. But then major plot aspects of Sonic are just flat out ignored. But as I said in the beginning, that's why I love Sonic. Even when he's being stupid and edgy and trying way too hard to be cool, there's always this innocent, childlike energy and excitement. And the Sonic the Hedgehog movie more genuinely encapsulates this than I would say any other Sonic media I've consumed. This review has only encapsulated a tiny fragment of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And if you've liked any of what you've seen here, I highly encourage you to check this movie out. It's very easy to find online, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. That's right, our next game is Zamboni, and oh my god, their sound!